Hello guys, my name is Rina Ropas and I'm from Kiribati Island. Today I'm going to present my topic based on human development, theories of development, and how the theory explains development at a certain stage in socio-cultural context. It recall into greater detail about how socio-cultural settings affect human development in Kiribati, where I came from. It is evident from the picture how a person created from birth to old age. So, my presentation outlines serves as the basis for the slides. It will begin with the human development, theories of development, and how the theories explain development at a certain stage in my personal context, and also the bibliography. So, let's get started now with the human development. Human development is a personal, physical, mental, and emotional development throughout their life is referred to as a human development. We can better understand the various elements that influence who we are when we understand this process. More than that, let's discuss of a theory development, which is Erik Erikson psychosocial development theory, Piaget cognitive development theory, Vygotsky the theory of social development in a stage which is infancy and childhood. Initially, let us discuss about Erik Erikson psychosocial development theory. Erik is one of the socialists who study human development from birth to late adulthood. Each approach is centered on the resolution of many crises in order to become a successful person in the future. The photograph in this slide 5 depicts 8 stages of psychosocial development. A first one is trust against mistrust. This is the initial stage which lasts from birth to 12 months or 1 year of age, during which newborns rely on their caretaker. According to theory, when caregivers are sympathetic to their newborn, the baby will build trust and perceive that the world as a secure place. For example, the caretaker must meet the baby's needs and comfort him by feeding him, changing his diaper, and so forth. On the other hand, the caregiver is not unresponsive to their infant. The baby will worry and believe that the world is unsafe and unpredictable. The second one is autonomy and shame doubt. In this stage, youngest reach the age of 1 to 13 years. According to theory that I have mentioned earlier, children are starting to explore the world. So in this stage, children can be described as arrogant, annoying, and cheeky. For example, you can notice that the youngest is highly active on things by themselves and wants to act on the environment to see the results or repercussion. However, if the caregiver is not allowing the child to explore the environment, then the child will feel shame and doubt. A third one is initiative versus guilt. This youngest enters the preschool stage, which lasts from 3 to 6 years. Allowing your child to engage with others and play is critical at this period, but parents or caregivers should set limits and provide support. If parents or caregivers do this, their children will develop self-confidence and a sense of purpose. Those who are unsuccessful during this period will experience same as a result of their initiative failing or being suppressed by two controlling parents. Fourth one is industry versus inferiority. This is a primary stage where children reach the age of 6 to 12 years. In this stage, the child will feel pride in their tasks and accomplishments and see how they measure with others. According to theory, it stated the parents and also teachers should encourage and support children in order to help the child to believe in himself or herself, whatever. So where they gain industry. On the other hand, children who do not learn to get along with others or have negative experience at home or with peers, and an inferiority complex might develop into adulthood. Second one is identity versus the road of confusion. Children in this stage range in age from 12 to 18 years old and are faced with a task. According to theory 2, the child is seeking his identity. For example, some youngest choose to wear long pants, mini shorts, and particular styles. It illustrates how the developing youngest tries to find his own identity by his own clothing, styles, and conduct. On the other hand, some youngest are confused and do not recognize their own identity. The other one is intimacy against isolation. People in this stage are between the ages of 20 and 40, which is the ideal time to marry. According to Erikson, at this time, some people developed relationships with others while others are isolated. It stated that people should marry when they reach this age, since otherwise they will have bad relationships and wish to isolate themselves from others. Another one is generative stagnation. People in this period range in age from their 40s and mid-60s, something like that. So, according to Erikson, in this stage, people are facing tasks that are either generative or stagnant. Generativity is the act of contributing, cooperating, and working with others to promote progress through activities such as acting, mentoring, and raising children. For example, in my own nation, my uncles and aunties assist their relatives in raising children by babysitting and contributing to the growth of their communities. On the other hand, if certain people do not do this, they can be considered stagnant since they have no connection with others and have no interest in productivity or self-improvement. The last stages is integrity versus despair. This is the final stage, so in which people reach their mid-60s and dies. Erikson stated that at this stage, people will try to correct what they have done in their lives. They may say if they are lived with a sense of accomplishment or failure. For example, when individuals reflect on their past, they will see either success or failure and determine whether or not their lives is being restored. People with a strong sense of integrity will have few regrets and emotions of unworthiness. On the other hand, some people may reflect on the history and lament that their lives are being wasted. They will experience bitterness, melancholy, and despair. So let's look at slide 5. So now let's move on to the Piaget cognitive development theory. According to chapter Jean Piaget in 1896 to 1980 was one of the 20th century's most significant researchers in the field of development psychology. His hypothesis is founded on the concept that the developing kid constructs cognitive structures. He accused that a child's cognitive structure grows with development. In this scenario, we so examine cognitive ideas in order to better understand Piaget's thesis. So the chapter defines cognitive development as the formation of the ability to think and understand it. It is the process by which people thinking evolves throughout their lives. This hypothesis has 4 stages, but one of them is a sensorimotor. Sensorimotor is the phase state, spanning from birth to 3 years of age, as shown in this picture. According to Theory 2016, a 1 or 2 year so sits with his playing instrument and puts them in his mouth. This activity demonstrates that an infant is now beginning to investigate the world. She or he attempts to move around and uses his or 5 senses. Infants always put what they observed and touched in their mouths because they want to taste and learn about them. It's accurate because, according to chapter, newborns developed an awareness of the world by connecting sensory experience, like seeing or hearing, something like that, with motor activities and reaching or touching. So in slide 6, let us now go to the final theory, which is Vygotsky theory of sociocultural development. Lev Vygotsky was a Russian socialist from 1896 to 1984. There are 2 primary sociocultural concepts. The first one is the zone of proximal development and scaffolding. As we can see in the circle, a child develops from childhood to become self-sufficient. The zone of let's define the zone of proximal development. Proximal development refers to the stage at which a kid becomes capable or dependent on him or her. As shown in the diagram on slide 6, the top zone represents the child's inability to complete the activity even with assistance, while the lower zone represents the child's ability to complete the assignments with assistance. So it is apparent that as the child's ability to complete the assignment with assistance. It is apparent that a youngest grows older, they will be assigned increasingly challenging tasks. The other concept is scaffolding. It is closely related to the zone of proximal development. So scaffolding is the temporary support or assistance provided to the youngest by more knowledgeable individuals such as teachers or parents. It will assist them in becoming aware of it and able to accomplish particular tasks. But once they have capabilities, scaffolding is no longer necessary for them. So let's move on to slide 7. In slide 7 says that how the theories explain development at the chosen state in my personal context. Piaget theory stresses that from infancy and childhood, children learn about the world by exploration with their senses and activities, such as touching objects or experimenting to solve issues. Key milestones include specializing objects remains, understanding that items exist even when they are not visible, and engaging in trial and error learning. Because theory emphasizes how social contact and caregiver direction influence development, notably through scaffolding and language. It also emphasizes the importance of cultural influence, demonstrating that connection and customs play a critical part in child development and learning. Both ideas explain how early experience influence cognitive and social cultural development. In my own context, Kiribati's human development is influenced by both the social environment and cultural factors. For example, in our Kiribati culture, children are not allowed to speak while their parents are conserving with others. This culture influences a child's development in that as they grow older, they will become non-talkers in conservation or at school. Furthermore, the social environments will influence the children's life as they grow up through their interactions with others. So, this motto is extremely essential since it teaches how we become the way we are and what is going around us. Theories of development are significant because they assist us understand and how humans development and what we should do best for our children. So now, thank you. So now you can see now. You be see in our bibliography here. So thank you for watching and listening. I hope you get some ideas. Thank you.